So as you guys are riding by, you're riding basically on a path on the shoreline because the next settlement is a village that's a little bit further up the way.
Question: How long has time gone by?
Your trip to the next town, which is Hornfire Village, is going to take you about. I'd probably say about 6 days. So you're about 3.5, 4 days into it, right?
So, does he notice his camels are gone?
He's going to notice they're gone anyway because he's just going to notice that you didn't come back. Which, by the way, after the first 24 hours, for those people that were not initiated, those little rings that were around the camel's necks activated, and they don't explode the heads. They just decapitate them instantly, which means that their heads just fell off. So that means 5 of those camels all just randomly their heads fell off. Cham, Arch, and Vash all knew this was going to happen. However, Kane, Raka, and Velnos did not. So all 3 of you need to roll to make sure that you don't fucking lose your minds. Oh my god, you got another one. I can still see the other one.
Back, baby.
I can still see it.
My constitution's 10.
Mine's +4.
Oh, it is? Okay, then you get no additions. Okay. And so, well, Kane, regardless, you rolled a nat 20, so you just get... So the camel's head just falls off, and then it just kind of, like, does that... It kind of looks like... You're in, like, Empire Strikes Back when the AT-AT kind of just goes down on the front legs and collapses. It's kind of like that, except it doesn't have a head. So as that happens, you just kind of look at, like, that's life. And then it just gets off and starts walking. Velnos, you have a much more visceral reaction. You're like... You're a little bit befuddled, but you're not to the point where you're having to like make a roll to make sure you don't mentally degenerate.
He is so happy right now. Holy shit!
I so am.
All right, so you reanimate the camels, and you guys continue on your way. So by the time a new event is happening, you guys have now been riding on these skeleton camels for like 3 days. So now you're reaching this area where you're basically riding along the beach, and when you ride along the beach, you see what looks like a village that's kind of closer to the water. It looks like an old fishing village, but it looks kind of pristine, but it doesn't appear that there's anybody there, which is odd. It's not like disheveled. It doesn't look run down. It looks like nice and upkept, but there's nobody there. Do you choose to investigate?
Sure. Let's send the flying bitch first.
I'm not your scout, though.
I was going.
Send your skeletons in there.
The only skeletons we have are the ones we're riding, and the one that she's riding. And I mean, I could make more skeletons, but then people would need to die.
I was going to say, I hear them yapping. I'm like, fuck it, I'll go.
I'll send him. I'll volunteer him. Yeah, he wants to go.
The other thing is, Kane, since you're the long-distance guy, you're kind of overlooking this village. You could sit out there with your rifle or your crossbow and possibly just cover him.
Yeah, you're probably right, but I don't wanna.
This is why Mom loved me more!
So, Cham, you're gonna go down into the town?
Yeah.
Okay, so you go down into the town, you can roll a search check to see there's nobody around, but again, it looks like everything seems to be normal except for no people.
Okay, I rolled a 26.
Alright, you look around inside the houses and you can actually see that it looks like there's food that are on tables, and there's stuff in there to make it seem like their people were just zapped away. It's very odd.
The rapture happened.
And all of you got left behind. I wonder why.
I want to look for see if there's like a town hall.
Because you already did the search check, there is one larger building, but it looks like the town's chapel.
I'll check out the chapel.
Okay, you travel to the chapel. It looks relatively normal. It's a relatively normal-sized church steeple. But as you enter inside of the chapel, there is the door slammed shut, and a metal grate drops down, blocking it off.
I want to quickly look for like a very high up area to quickly hide.
There are rafters above. You're just going to have to pass a jump check, which you should easily. Yep, you jump up there. So you're in the rafters, and if you want to like blend in with some shadows or something, you can use a stealth check. The stealth check passes. You blend in. So as you're up in there, just basically what you can see is that the entire room appears to have been blocked off. There doesn't appear to be any real way out of at least the area that you can see. So the main church congressional area, as well as the front door, because the front door is thoroughly blocked and the windows are barred.
I'm just going to start like stealthily walking from rafter to rafter. You want to look around, fucking see if there's any anomalies in the area. It's a sense trap plus 1, so.
You do not notice any more traps than the one that blocked the door. Everything else seems to be relatively as it is. It seems that you're just locked in.
Is there any immediate threat?
You do not see one. At this point, you have been gone for roughly 15 minutes without any kind of contact. Everybody else in the camp, do you want to send anybody in after him? Alright, so Velnos and Arch are both going to venture into the town and see if they can find Cham.
Be careful, you two.
Don't worry, my
fine.
princess. We'll be fine.
Alright, so you two walk down into the town. Do you both want to do your perception rolls?
16.
Okay. So you guys both noticed the same church steeple that Cham noticed, and not much more. It's a kind of generic village. You do also notice the same things that he does, though, in that all the places look like there were people in them until just moments before.
I am going to cast Detect Magic. It's a 30-foot range around me.
In the 30-foot range around you, you sense magic in every single one of the buildings.
Oh dear God. Okay. Velnos, I don't think we should be touching anything, but knowing our hippity-hoppity friend, he's probably locked in something or stuck to something.
So you're saying these buildings are trapped with magic?
Oh, they feel like so much magic, it's not funny.
Given the character's background, Mike, should I roll a wisdom check to ascertain if you had any experience with this?
If you personally have had any experience with it, you can try, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
So you're able to discern that it's some form of illusion magic. Outside of that, you don't really know how it works.
I don't have any way to dispel magic quite yet without limiting our ability to eat later, so if you want to make that call, I can try something, but we should probably be near something of import before we do it.
Anyway, you can protect us if we decide to investigate one of the buildings.
I mean, I don't know what's inside. It could explode, it could turn into a monster. I don't know if I could protect you, honestly.
Alright, let's think like our hot-party friend. What would be the first place he would go inside?
He's so proud of those stupid legs of his. He'll jump somewhere very high.
Fuck you, man.
He's not wrong.
He ain't wrong. That's why I hate it.
Do you think he would be on top of a higher building? It's the highest building around here. Looks like the church, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It's like he's
Alright, so are you guys going to both go to the church?
Yeah, I'm gonna just kick in the door, fuck it.
You're going to have to roll a strength check to kick in the door.
I'm gonna assist, because I got a 17 strength.
Alright, so you guys are both going to try and kick that door in. So Velnos, you just stubbed your toe. Arch, you are able to kick in the door. However, you are immediately met with an iron gate that has come down to separate the front area where the door is from the rest of the church. And inside, you do see... Well, you don't see anything because Cham's hiding in the rafters. So he's going to have to reveal himself to you.
I am immediately going to call out to see if there's anybody inside. Hello? Anybody home? Avon calling.
I'm gonna stay hidden.
You're a dick. Okay. Alright, so you're going to stay hidden. So if you guys want to find him, you're going to have to roll search checks.
I'm gonna spot to see if I can find another way in, if I need to climb through.
So you're going to do a search check?
I'm gonna pop guidance on him, which gives him a +1 to skill tests.
So Velnos, that'll be an extra +1, whatever you're adding to it. Alright, so you notice that all the windows appear to be barred, but if you look on the sides, you can see that the windows are barred, but it doesn't look like the rest of the building is reinforced, so you might be able to put a hole in the wall, and that would work, because the walls are still just made out of wood, or at least they appear to be.
How would you put a hole into these walls to look weak?
You can make a hole, or you can try and look on the outside of the building and see if you can find a way in, because right now I'm only telling you what you can see based on the inside.
Okay, I want to look on the outside as well. So
Alright, so do another quick search check and we'll see what you see on the outside.
We can run back and get the fairy, and I'm sure he has something in his repertoire, like the weird animal thing that he does.
Alright, it is a nat one, so you fail. So you don't see any way in on the outside. There's no way in. You see that the window barring it's barred to the point where you can't fit through it physically.
Let's get the explosives. Fuck it.
Sounds
We don't
good to
have
me. If he's not in there, then we have nothing to lose. And he hasn't answered.
Do I hear this?
You're gonna have to roll a listen check to see if you hear this. 23, you do hear this.
I do a very silent croak. Just enough that they might hear it.
Both of you,
Yeah, make the listen check.
both of you can make a listen check to see if you hear that. Arch does not hear you. Velnos does, however, because those fucking elf ears, damn it. So, okay, so he hears the croak come from inside the building, and he kind of does a double take back. It's like, motherfucker.
I didn't hear
Okay.
anything. Let's blow it up.
No. Nah. This fucking French frog. When I get my hands on him,
I'm gonna let him go ahead and kick the shit out of that gate and see what happens.
Same. I'm watching
Rick has a
this.
bit of a anger problem, I see.
Velnos, you actually going to beat the shit out of the gate?
Yes.
That's a 21. All right, well, you put a couple dents in the metal, actually, but you just hurt your foot's going to be sore for a while because you keep smashing it into that. So you left some dents and stuff, but you didn't, like, destroy the gate. The gate is still very much there.
It's loud. I just want to make some noise.
No. It makes a shit ton of noise. You're going to scream for him to get out. Are you trying to intimidate him to get out of the shadows because he's just being a douche?
If he rolls Intimidate, he gets a +1 to it.
That is true. So you can roll for intimidation. So it's your charisma modifier +1.
Do you scare
Along
the
with
French
my
girl?
intimidate skill.
18. All right, Cham, you're going to have to roll to resist that, and that is going to be a Constitution check.
He's just standing at the entrance yelling "ribbit," and it's all
Cool.
racial slurs.
Fuck you. Okay, so he successfully resisted. He successfully resisted enough to stay hidden. 20 minutes since you guys went in. Does anybody in the camp want to do anything?
I'm getting a little worried. Should we send anybody else to find them? Or do you think they're dead?
Oh, they're probably just being dicks.
So, Kane, you're going to go and...
Come on, you little paladin bitch!
Arch,
What's up?
fetch me some flies. I have a way to lure them out.
I don't know where you would get flies in the desert. I say we go with plan 1 and blow it the fuck up. If he's in there, then he's being an ass. If he's not,
Kill
then
thing, let it fester for a while. The flies will start to appear, trust me.
I'm gonna turn around and I'm going to head back and get everybody here because it doesn't seem dangerous. It just seems that we have an idiot caught. As long as nobody goes inside of anything, I'm gonna head back to the camp and just like have everybody follow in so we can figure this out.
You guys, all right. So Arch, you return to the camp, which still has Raka, Vash, and Kane at it, and you relay all this information that you guys have just had over trying to lure Cham out of the church for no apparent reason. In addition to the fact that there appears to be traps throughout the entire village.
Yes, so I do believe we shouldn't go inside any of the buildings or touch anything, and Velnos is absolutely sure that this idiot is caught in the church. I didn't hear anything, and my vote is still blow it the hell up, but, you know, that's another day.
I like that idea. It was a good idea.
Thank you.
I mean, if he's caught in there, we need him, right?
I mean, do we?
He's technically your brother. I'm gonna have to make you do a fucking evil roll if you actually leave him behind.
Let's go get him.
So you guys are going to go down into the village and you follow Arch back to the chapel. By this point, it has been several hours and the sun is beginning to set. As this happens, you guys start hearing a lot of stuff in the surf right near the village. Because again, this is near the ocean. This is kind of like a fishing village, but it's been abandoned.
I vote we leave.
Well, you still need to get him out of the church.
I don't care. I'm already evil. Fuck him. Let's go.
I like this guy.
All right, so you guys just going to leave Cham then?
You know exactly how to play my heartstrings.
I don't know if I really trust a frog zombie. I mean, what if it tries to eat one of us?
He has a tongue that can shoot out over several feet and wrap around you and pull you into his muzzle.
Yeah.
Listen
Oh,
here,
my.
we don't need to hear about your fetishes.
All right, so you guys have a choice. You can try and do something to break Cham out because you now know he's in the building even though he refuses to communicate with you for some reason. And you have sounds that are coming from the ocean that you're not really sure what it is, and the sun's starting to go down.
I think we should go into the village and away from that creepy sound in the water.
You're in the village. You can hear it from the
Oh.
water.
I said we abandon him in the first place. Executive decision. I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic, which is a 100 foot plus 10 foot for level, so 140 feet around me is going to turn magic off.
Okay, you cast that, so you said 140 feet? That's the diameter, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so all the buildings in that general area have now had any magical doodads that were going to happen with them removed, because but now that you have that removed, you see that all of the buildings around you appear to have bars over their windows.
Oh, fantastic! No, I do believe this is like a reverse crab trap. You know what I mean? Where you put the thing in the water and the crabs crawl in and you pull it up because they're stupid. I think we're the stupid crabs, and I do think you should leave.
That's racist, bro.
I said crab, not frog.
Crabs are basically our cousins, bro.
I want to look around, see if there's any way to disarm these traps.
The way that the trap works is that it's an illusion spell. So the illusion was around all the implements of it. So basically it was kind of like a mouse trap where once you're inside you can't get out. Because the windows were barred to begin with. It was just the magical aura that kept them hidden so you didn't see them initially. And the gate itself that came down over the entrance was simply there on a mechanism, and as soon as you walked in and broke the plane, the mechanism activated and dropped the gate. So the gate cannot be moved. It is stuck in a stationary position, and the windows were already barred. So there's really nothing you can do.
I want to tap on the wood, see if how hollow it is.
Yeah, I'll go with search. That seems like the logical one.
Well, that's not 20 anyways.
So, alright, so you find what appears to be a spot in the structure that looks like it may have been weakened by some kind of insect damage or water or something like that, but it kind of... It flexes when you push it.
So, in theory, if I could get enough freaking momentum, I could probably throw my entire 40-pound body through that flexible wall.
It's gonna hurt like a motherfucker, but you could.
Yeah, let's do that.
He's got a healer.
Basically what happens is you use your massive legs and launch yourself at the wall. You break through it. However, I'm going to have you roll Constitution to see if you concuss yourself. You're pretty dizzy, so unfortunately, because you smashed your head going out, you're going to take a -4 on your reflex save to land on the ground because you launched yourself out of the second story of a building.
Okay, so -4, okay.
15. Alright, you land kind of wobbly and you roll over a little bit and then you start grabbing at your head. Everybody else is just sort of standing outside and sees this happen.
Do I see them by chance?
You kind of squint and you do see kind of all of them staring at you as you're grabbing your skull.
Alright, I'm just going to walk to the doctor like, hey, I hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ, you're out. Okay.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
As you guys are about to leave, everybody roll perception.
I knew it.
Alright, we got a
nat 20.
We got an unnatural 20, we got a 17, we got oof. So Rock rolled a nat 20, Cham rolled an unnatural 20, and Velnos and Kane both rolled 17s. So all four of you guys look behind you, and you see what looks to be very large bipedal crabs coming out of the water.
God damn.
What the fuck did I say?
Let's ride the fuck out of here.
So you guys just gonna book it? You're just gonna say fuck it to the crab people?
I mean, more zombies means more defense when we go to sleep at night, but I follow the party consensus.
Well, if we're gonna fight, I'm just gonna lean. I'm just gonna like rest my head, like just like my head pat on his freaking chest, like fix head, please. I'm gonna know
that they're there, but the crab people don't necessarily know that you're where you are. They have very bad eyesight.
So I'm gonna go to the doctor, and go like, hey, head fix, please hurt.
And I gave him 15 HP back.
Okay. Yeah, you actually didn't lose any HP. That just takes away your status effect of being dizzy and fucked up. So you guys can have a choice now. You can possibly get the drop on these things while the rest of you retreat. You can possibly all flee. You can all attack. You can do whatever you want.
How many are there? How many crab people are there?
You can see 5 of them crawling out of the water.
Are they giant or are they human
size? They're giant in terms of their relationship to a crab, but they're basically about the size of like an orc.
Okay, then I'm going to
I'm
Get on
gonna
the
approach
roof.
them, but not with my sword drawn or anything. Just kind of peaceful.
I'm gonna get on the roofs.
Jump check.
Do you really
I'm
want
gonna
me to
make you
jump?
keep
check?
rolling them just because I'm a dick.
God damn it!
Waiting for that nat one.
You're able to successfully get on the roofs. The princess takes her undead donkey and proceeds to go inside one of the despelled buildings that is nearby and hide. This building does not have... the other problem with that, though, is that as you walk into the building, unfortunately, the door locks behind you because it is a mechanism. It is not related to magic. The magic itself is just illusionary, so... The only thing it was preventing you was from seeing the trap, not necessarily triggering it. So you're stuck inside one of the nearby buildings, but you are safe from the action. So they'll just have to break you out later. Okay, so Cham, you're up on the rooftops. Raka, you're going to approach them with your sword sheaths. So you walk up in front of them and you approach them. They kind of look at you weirdly. They kind of make like clicking noises and stuff with their mouths.
I'm gonna go ahead and make like a gesture of, I guess like peace, like a diplomatic gesture.
All right, so roll diplomacy.
I mean, academically, if you animate a dead crab's skeleton, is it the outside?
It has an exoskeleton, so yeah.
It's
Going to
the
experiment on
inside.
that.
You got a 16, so I'm gonna roll for the fucking crabs to see how
How does
they
that make
do.
you
They don't-
feel?
Okay, so the crabs are not taking any of your shit today. They're looking at you, and you see that it appears their mouths open a little larger than normal, and it looks like they have a very large set of serrated teeth in there. So they're kind of meat eating, apparently. So it appears that they want to eat you. So you may want to run.
Run a fight, we need to decide.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna murder the fuck out of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna murder the fuck out of them. They try to attack me. I'm gonna stand my ground because I'm a godly man.
Can
We
the
ain't
princess
no-
look around the place she's in for like treasure or something?
Yeah, if you wanna roll for search before that. So she's gonna roll for search, and then as soon as she's done with that, everybody who's gonna be involved in combat, please roll initiative. I'll roll for the 5 crab people.
Well, they don't see me,
Oh,
so I'm
yay.
gonna stay hidden.
Yes, you're hidden, so you're not gonna be able to do that. And I'll have Kane roll when he gets back. I'll say he's up
I
there
rolled a
with you.
19.
I rolled to hide.
It's a bunch.
All right, Raka, you're rolling initiative.
Oh, Jasper, twinsies.
Oh.
All right, so you guys are both rolling initiative, so that's both a 14.
So while they're doing their stuff, I'm gonna try and sneak to get closer to the most rear crab.
Okay, so hang on a second. Velnos, you said you're gonna hide?
I rolled to hide before. What was it? I don't think so, no.
That's your last roll on here, so if you want to roll again to see if you could stealth out, which you do have the option to do right now. All right, you rolled a 16, so you're able to get into like the shadows in an area, kind of like a little alleyway, like near the side, near like the closest building to where they're coming up from, because they're kind of like right where the buildings start, right where the sea is. They've crawled up out of the sea and come a little bit closer.
I rolled a 17 to see if I could get closer to the most rear.
You get as close as possible, so you're within attack range at this point. You can run up and attack if you decide to go that route, or you can do a ranged attack.
From 10 feet away, I'm gonna stealth attack using my tongue.
Okay,
My
hang on
dagger.
a second
Oh,
before we do that, 'cause I'm gonna have Kane roll, because Kane, are you there?
Me? I can hear you.
Alright, you're gonna roll initiative. Alright, so just roll your initiative plus modifier.
Oh, so it's +2, so 19.
Okay. Cham, you roll...
Like
Yeah,
10
okay,
feet
so you
away.
roll to get closer. So now you're gonna do your stealth attack with your tongue. So you're gonna do the 3 dagger thing, or you're just gonna do the 1 poke with the
No,
tongue?
just the one poke to like stay hidden, like take them out silently, and without them knowing I'm there. Okay, then I'm gonna get up to about 10 feet.
That's 22. That's enough to get on their blind side. Again, they have very bad eyesight, so you're kind of behind the one of them that's on the far right of the group. You can now do your attack.
After this one, I gotta roll for my sneak attack damage.
Yep. Okay, so that would mean that's a 12,
Oh,
and then
yep.
plus the 3 from your base attack. Are you using your other 2 daggers as well?
No, just one, just to stay 10 feet, like jab through, and try to stay hidden.
Okay. Basically, that's actually enough to murk that one guy, because he
Sweet.
only had 15 health.
Sweet.
So that's enough to murk him. So that one, you kind of just put the blade right through the back of his head very, very quickly with your tongue. and then you immediately pull it back, and he just collapses to the ground. There's now 4 of them, but they don't know that you killed that one, at least not yet.
Should I roll to hide again?
Okay, so that's the hide roll. All right, so you basically managed to like burrow your way down in the sand enough and kind of cover yourself up where you kind of blend in enough where they're not going to notice you. Again, their eyesight is very poor. So there's 4 of them left now, but they're going to engage the other guys after you killed that one. You're still out of combat. I'm going to do a quick roll for them. I'm not going to roll them separately. I'm just going to do them as one group. All right, so 13. So they're going to attack as a group. That means that Kane, it is now your turn, so you can choose to do what you want here. You have the first turn in combat.
Before that, Mike, can I shank one of them?
You're going to have to do the same thing that Cham did. You're going to have to roll a stealth roll unless you want to just literally run in and cut the first one in front of you, and then you're just going to initiate combat. And you're going to have to roll initiative.
Yeah, I'm just running in. Screw it.
All right, you're just going to run in with the sword and go, yeah, and stab somebody. So roll for attack. Because you're going to surprise them, you're going to get a plus. I'm going to say get a +1 to that, in addition to whatever you have.
I want to use obscuring mist.
Okay, what's the AOE of that?
20-foot radius, 20-foot high.
All right, so that would encompass basically all of the crab people if you decided to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Are you going to do that before Velnos stabs one?
Yep. So I could get a bump of.
Sneak in, so it's safer.
Okay, so you're going to sneak up, so you're going to have to roll a stealth roll and add your stealth modifier, or your move silently. Okay, yeah, no, you definitely sneak up to the side where they can't see you. So, and now they're kind of disoriented in there. So again, Kane, it is now to you, because Velnos has now moved closer.
Damn it, Arch.
I'm gonna target the closest one to me, and I'm gonna try and shoot him with my gun.
All right, so you're going to use your rifle. You're going to take a -2 to the aim penalty because they're within the fog, so you're going to have to shoot it like silhouettes, basically.
Got it.
So that's 14. So, but that is high enough to hit. So you do hit with that shot.
Dun, 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 dun. I got 8.
That is going to hit, and you blast that crab right through the chest. So he goes down on the ground and starts gurgling. He's not dead yet, but he isn't necessarily doing very well. He's lost a good amount of whatever they have for blood. So he's kind of on the ground. So that one's indisposed. There's still 3 of them left, however, and now it's going to go down to Vash.
Try using my daggers against one of them.
Okay, so you're just going to go up. Do you want to do the one that that Kane already shot, or do you want to do one of the other 3?
I'll do the one that Kane already shot.
Okay, that one's on the ground, so you can just run up and start shanking him if you want. So you can he's just on the ground, so you don't need to roll that high to hit.
And he's got a +5 to his base attack bonus.
Yeah, so
and my sword still.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's 1d6 +5.
That's going to be a lot. Yeah, no, that's going to hit. That's going to definitely hit. So you can roll for damage on that thing. Okay, so Vash, you went up and you just started slicing that one. He is dead. You cut his head off and you start just like hacking at him in your hot pants, and that's what's going on right now. The bear comes up and starts eating one of its legs because it likes crab. So the other 3 crab monsters are just like horrified right now at what is happening. Okay, Cham, you're gonna make another stealth roll.
That's to attack.
All right, so you're successfully able to attack another one of them. All right, so that's 10 and 3. So you wind up and you stab another one. This one, however, stays alive and starts screaming, but you manage to slice him in both of his walking legs. So he's kind of just crawling along the ground with his extra limbs, but it's not really that easy for him. And you also stabbed him in the back a bunch of times. So he's not doing so good. He's dying. He's on the ground. There's 2 remaining. So you have now revealed yourself. So yeah. I'm not going to make you roll initiative because I don't think the other 2 are going to last that long.
So can we confirm this is bullying poor innocent crab people?
At this point, it might be because I think they're having some thoughts about this whole eating people thing. They think it might not be as lucrative as possible. 2 of their friends are dead. One of them's getting stabbed to death. Velnos, which one is that for? Is that for attack? That misses.
I know.
So Velnos comes up and tries to slice one of the crab people. However, he misses. The next person up is going to be Arch.
There's 2 running, and you said they finished off that one that was on the ground screaming?
Yeah, there's another one that's on the ground now that Cham cut up pretty bad, but he's not going anywhere.
Oh, so it's still there?
Are you gonna reanimate the dead ones?
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some real fun stuff real quick. Using the last bits of my charge, I'm gonna just rush up and Superman punch with my spiked gauntlet through the one on the ground and cast Animate Dead along with Fell Animate.
Okay. He really can't move all that well, so you're not going to really need to do too much. So yeah, you can do that.
Got it.
Yep, that's definitely going to hit. Yeah, so you put that gauntlet right through his head. He's dead. He's very, very dead, and you immediately use your reanimate spell and bring him back to life. You now have a zombified crab person with a missing skull that has 15 health.
It's going to be coupled with Animate Dead, so anything else in the area is also raised to the dead.
Okay, so that means you have 3 dead crab people.
Yeah, I have a maximum of 36, including all of the camels and everything, so I'm still well within my limit.
Okay, so one of the crab people is able to stand up correctly and fight for you normally. The other one is going to have to crawl on the ground like a normal crab because his legs are still fucked.
I'm gonna attach him to my camel. I'm gonna go do that while everybody deals with the rest.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so you go off and do that. So you're going to be removed from combat, and now it's just going to be 2 crab people left, and they're going to book it. They're just going to run because they've seen that they are very clearly outmatched in this scenario.
Do I have an attack of opportunity?
All of you are going to have an attack of opportunity, so everybody roll for attack and see how hard you fuck these guys. Cham, yours definitely hits. Velnos, yours is going to hit. 11, that's going to miss. Vash, that's also going to miss, I would assume. So Cham, you hit one of them in the back for 12 damage, so he goes down. And Velnos, are you aiming for the same guy?
Whatever's available.
All right, there's 2 of them that are there, so you can aim for the injured one or the uninjured one.
I'm going for the other one.
Okay, so you stab one of them in the back, and he goes down, and Cham stabs the other one in the back, and he goes down. So now they're just both on the ground, like writhing in front of you, and like trying to crawl their way back towards the water, desperately clinging to life.
Fuck it, I'm stabbing again.
Okay, that one's dead. You put a knife right through his face, he's dead. And Velnos, the one you were on top of, is also dead. You cleaved his head right off.
Nice.
So all of them are dead, and it appears that you have all fully completed destroying the crab people. The other thing that you can do is you have a plethora of crab meat available.
Let's feast.
Yep.
So do you guys want to camp there for the night and cook some crab people, or you want to just bring it with you?
Let's go to one of the doors, one of the houses. Yeah.
I'm going to have my 2 ambulatory zombie crabs break down the wall of the building the princess is in so we can get her the fuck out of there.
All right, so you're going to have to roll for both of them.
I rolled a 19 for my treasure search, so I'm having fun.
All right, it's going to take him a bit, or at least the first one. All right, the second one is doing much, much better. And then you also have your third one, who's the crawly one. Do you want him to help too, or you just want him to stay strapped to your horse?
Absolutely, he's going to help.
All right, so he's doing a good job too. So they managed to break through that wall in about an hour. And by that time, Cham and the others have proceeded to gut the remaining crab people and are now cooking the results of their hunt, I guess. I don't even know what you want to call it, but they're cooking the remains of the crab people. It's not genocide, because there's only 5. Basically, you're cooking that. Now, the princess, while she was inside, went searching through everything, and she rolled a 19. So what she actually found was a small sword that was on the inside, and it's an interesting design. It looks like it looks a little bit like a wakizashi, if you know what that looks like.
I am going to, because it's a 0 spell, cast Detect Magic on it.
Okay, you cast Detect Magic. It does not have any magical enchantments on it. It appears to be something that was inside of the home before it was transformed into a trap. It was just something that the people that live there, or the crab people, didn't really give a shit about because they can't really hold swords.
All right, I'm going to let her know that it's not very remarkable, but it is a fun find.
It is still a good sword.
I'll just let the princess use it for defense.
Yeah. Okay, then the princess can keep that on her. I will make a note of that. So you guys bed down for the night and have a plethora of cooked crab meat from all the crab people that you killed.